Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Sorry about, hello?
Yeah?
Sorry about that. So basically, I'm calling to, basically, I want to cancel my subscription.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I can, I'll check that out.
Really? Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Sorry. You're really experimenting with that new shirt, hey? Do you think you're pulling that off?
I got it from Goodwill. I mean, I guess, yeah, kind of experimenting. I wouldn't usually wear something like this, but I thought I would, I don't know, try and get out of my comfort zone, kind of.
I wouldn't leave the house in it. That's all I'm saying. Maybe try a polo. Maybe a polo would be, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Um, I guess I didn't realize how bad it looked. I've always been a polo guy. I don't know why I'd try something else, I guess.
All good. Glad we could help you today.
Oh, well, no,
Something else?
no, it's all good. Thanks. Thick as Mince is a surreal dark comedy that follows a people-pleasing school teacher, Oliver Kelly, as he attempts to unsubscribe from a mysterious, omniscient company called Curon. Throughout his call to customer service, Oliver's non-confrontational tendencies land him in increasingly confusing and stressful situations he just can't bring himself to say no to. After he's transferred to a different department, Oliver is unwillingly led to believe his name isn't even Oliver, but instead Sean. Think like the I'm Sorry Dave scene from 2001: A Space Odyssey, or the Cells Within Cells scene from Blade Runner. Reeling from this new discovery and looking for answers, Oliver is put on a hold that lasts the entire night. Refusing to lose his grip on the only ounce of dignity and pride he has left, Oliver waits out the hold. By the time he hangs up, Oliver has fully submitted to the kind of behavior he was trying to correct when he first called Curon. The tone of this movie dances between dystopian horror and comedy. The qualities we see Oliver portraying at the beginning of the film are easy to laugh at, but as the movie progresses, we see him continually indulge in these destructive behaviors. The tone changes with his arc, becoming more frantic and suspenseful until he reaches a point of no return. Tonally, I'm trying to borrow from movies like Punch Drunk Love and Her. We'll shoot Thick as Mince over the course of 3 days. Here! In my grandma's heritage home. Mostly because I live here and it's a free location, which will take a big load off our $4,000 budget, but also because it's an entire house that we can dress however we want. Also, there's a ton of free suits for Oliver. I imagine Oliver living in a period that is outside of time. Curon, the company that he interacts with, is dystopian and cutting edge. So setting it in a vintage, outdated location will create a sharp contrast and channel a kind of Jetsons retrofuturism. Severance, which came out this year, was a big inspiration for me. This soft but sterile environment will really help build the surreality that I'm going for. I want the quality of the image to feel textured and lived in, kind of like a docu-style piece. The camera will float around and follow Oliver as he moves from room to room, capturing a day in the life. To create a unique sound for the sales agent's disembodied voice, I'll be working with an artist that mixed my last film. Near the end, when Oliver's reached his breaking point, I want the sales agent to sound like she's passed through the phone and is speaking to Oliver from somewhere inside the room. At its core, I want this movie to explore a character who would go to extreme lengths to avoid conflict. Oliver is so desperately averse to engaging in conflict that he's allowed it to completely control his life. A lot of this want to examine this kind of behavior comes, surprisingly, from my childhood. My parents were always separated, so keeping the peace has been something that's been pretty deeply ingrained in me. At some point, my dad probably wouldn't like me saying this, but I remember being 7 or 8 and mediating their phone calls so that they could settle their arguments. I want this movie to criticize, through a ridiculous premise, that shying away from conflict isn't always benevolent. It can actually be pretty selfish. Oliver would rather stay protected in his cozy, comfortable little bubble than take any hard steps to actually improve his life.